10Players News was asked why black people don't complain about black-on-black crime. This isn't a black-on-black crime issue to us though. It's a human issue. But we get what the slickster who asked this question is trying to pull. And we just wanna say, evil people shouldn't ask us to answer questions. Because if they do, we'll just tell the truth. And you won't like it? You see, the truth is, an innocent black kid was killed. And every week there's some new bullshit excuse that comes out to rationalize the killing of this kid. We've heard every dumbass thing they could come up with. From he put his middle finger up once. Which we should tell you. If every child that put their middle finger up should be killed, there wouldn't be any children left in the world older than 3. And even most of those would be dead too. As well as bullshit excuses like, he should have done what he was supposed to be doing. And go home. 10Players doesn't give a shit if Trayvon wanted to walk around for the next 10 hours looking at the stars. He had every right. And some guy deciding he doesn't like the way the innocent kid looking at the stars looks, so he's gonna follow him with a loaded gun and kill him, is some serious bullshit. Because if everyone who ever wanted to go to the store or take a walk should be killed, there'd be no one left in the world except crippled people. But home is exactly where he was going. Until this guy followed him in a car. Then got out of his car stalking him with a loaded gun after being advised not to. And we all know this is what the upset lunatic on the phone claiming the assholes always get away looked like. Only the dumbest motherfucker on earth would actually let a motherfucker looking like this follow him to his house, so he could know where he lives. I certainly wouldn't. Would you? If you would, you're a dumbass. Especially if you have a family. No matter what race you are. Or the race of the person following you. Then they claim Trayvon attacked George Zimmerman. That would be the same George Zimmerman that attacked an officer. Funny. Why do they say this? And say it like it's a fact. Because Zimmerman said so. Like they've got that shit on film. Guess what? Zimmerman called the police about suspicious characters 46 times. Guess what? All 46 times they found no evidence of foul play. But there was plenty of evidence in court. And the greatest evidence was never used. That would be Zimmerman. Do you know why a man never takes the stand at his own trial? That would be the one who's actually the most important person to take the stand. It's because they don't want him tripping himself up with his fucking lies. Because if a man slips on a banana peel under the moonlight, and he's telling the truth, he'll tell the same story every time. The liar doesn't. So they've gotta shut that motherfucker up. Because his attorneys made up a story. And they need him to stick with it. Yet these dum-dums keep claiming Trayvon attacked Zimmerman because that's Zimmerman's story. Guess what? Zimmerman followed a man he was angry with in his car. Guess what? The man has a totally different version of the story than Zimmerman. Zimmerman attacked his own girlfriend on 3 different occasions. Guess what? She had a different story from Zimmerman's all 3 times. Guess what? Just like all Zimmerman's other victims, Trayvon would have a totally different story from Zimmerman too. But Zimmerman made sure he killed him to keep it from coming out. And now the new excuse to rationalize Zimmerman's killing of an innocent kid is this. Why don't blacks complain about black-on-black crime? What the fuck is that about? Well, guess what? They do. There's not a single black person that doesn't complain about black-on-black crime. And they'll complain no matter what race commits it. Be it a black, white, Hispanic, Indian, or green person who committed the crimes against them. And we'd suggest every race do the same. So this is one of the dumbest bold-faced lying bullshit claims we've heard yet. Even a black child will complain about it if their own sibling took their video game, money, hit them, or stole their bike. And you dumb motherfuckers coming up with this crap know it. So we offer a challenge to the bullshitters coming up with this new garbage. Find one black parent whose child was killed by another black person who's saying, "My child was killed, but I'm cool about it because their killer was black." We'll wait for you to come up with that video. Perhaps you can type in a search engine, "Black parents happy black people killed their kid." Then throw a big party to celebrate. Hopefully we're done with talking to these brainless idiots in this story. For those of you with brains, you know it's a fact that blacks have problems with any crime. So the real question isn't, why don't blacks complain about black-on-black crime? Because they do. The real question is, why doesn't the media cover it? The first reason is simple. Blacks who kill blacks are thrown in jail. So there's nothing to protest. That's why they're not complaining. Zimmerman wasn't. He went right home and was told to have a good night's sleep. That's why they're complaining. Now if a black person is killed and the killer isn't found, there's nothing to protest. Because they can't protest against the invisible man. And they wouldn't be protesting if Trayvon was simply found dead. Because they wouldn't know who the killer was. So it would simply be a tragedy. I hope the people asking us these dumb-ass questions are getting it. Because there are some really dumb motherfuckers out there. And in the process of trying to defend whites killing blacks, they're making whites look like the dumbest, most wicked motherfuckers on earth. Which is unfortunate for the good whites. Now some idiot will claim Zimmerman was really Hispanic. Just cut the bullshit. Because like a country's flag. Racist whites. And note we said racist whites. Not whites. Are using Zimmerman as the poster boy for whites. And that's a fact. So let's hope everyone is getting this. The smart ones already do. But this is by far the dumbest question floating around by both the racists and Uncle Tom blacks. For all good people of all races, we'll do an in-depth story on the real truth about black on black crime. And those Uncle Tom idiots soon. But smart people of all races know this wasn't a real question. It was a rhetorical one. So we hope we didn't mind fuck the idiots by actually answering it.